I mean, right there, it doesn't look quite as chaotic as some of the other spots in this track. Towards the north side of the circle, we're going to have some teams under a lot of pressure, and I'm pretty sure Alliance is still around here, so DSB trying to find them. Looks like they're on the bottom floor. He's got the EVA 8 out, replenishing his shields. Still a little bit of time to work with. 50 seconds. There's a grenade down there. Maybe not the best decision to drop down. He's got to wait for that to go away. Now he's going to scoot on in, looking for the bad guys. It's only 7 HP on a purple shield. Not going to do too much work. That's 1 knock, though. 2 knocks. Make that 3. Thank you very much. And that squad is wiped. And that was Alliance getting knocked out. I'm a little surprised about that. Maybe just a positioning error. They found themselves on the low ground. Sorry, but we got another fight. It's Luminosity.
Luminosity taking peeks back and forth, trying to get around that rock. They had the high ground, but it's not going to play out. Gets dropped down by Cooler and the rest of the group. This trades between Cooler and LG back and forth. Can he get the last fight? He's going to swap to the Mastiff. Quite close. Just a little bit too high on that one, but again, nothing really happening. Another team and squad does get dropped down, as we're seeing that in the kill feed here.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Trying to rotate out and use these. Fight comes out. Exorcism we're jumping over on top of.
Yeah, I'm
pretty sure player landing the shots on the back end. They do have that Evo shield all the way max. Shots coming down. Can he land the last one on the Pathfinder? That Eva coming in clutch. Another player coming in for the engagement. He gets another one. Well, pretty common circle, though. We had this exact same one a little bit ago. So going to rotate in more towards the post here on kind of where that bubble is, actually a little bit to the south of that. So teams just trying to spread out. Gambit still another team in the top 5 that's putting themselves in a really good position, having high ground and circle here, so able to gatekeep these teams. Might be able to pick up some kills as I see a team rotating in on top of the bridge. Shots coming out here. Can't seem to land anything, and there's the charge. Doesn't have one, using iron sights on that one. Jumping over to north, our second place team overall as well. Really good positioning from them too. Able to pick up another team on the back end, so again, more kill points adding up here.
Found a crate.
We're getting into our final circle. Triumph down below. Just being patient, gonna get flanked on here. Just waiting to take that peek again. Pokes with 1, gets a good shot here. Here's another one for 100. So that player is knocked down. Needs to be careful though. Trying to swap shields. Really good decision here. A lot of teams breaking out here. 5 squads remaining. North up top. Just trying to poke a little bit. Both his teammates are down. The only one available. Trying to get some heals off while he can. This Wattson doesn't have the ultimate up either. As Gibraltar's going to go for the peek. It's chunked absolutely hard. And Luminosity takes the win on that fight.
Gosh, those shots were just perfect. We're seeing some great Mastiff shots here, and you can just see the power of that weapon. If you can line it up nicely, you're going to get some triple-digit damage going on. So really cool plays all around. Here we're seeing Cleave getting knocked out. This is a big crunch. That circle, I mean, there's just not a lot of space here. So inevitably, all these teams are going to be fighting third parties everywhere. This is Gambit coming in there, and we're down to 2 squads just like that.
Yeah, we got a Luminosity team that we talked about. One I expected to be a little bit higher than where they are, sitting in 9th place right now, going up against Gambit, who's in 5th place. So big performances here already in game 1 between the 1v1, but the difficulty for Gambit here. Luminosity does have the high ground and the ability to pressure, especially with the way this is rotating, but it looks like Rug is going to end up going for the aggression, doesn't want to wait for that circle to push, so they do go on the backside. Big chunks coming off the Mastiff.
Through a party. You get your Skull Piercer back on your wingman. Congratulations. Ooh, there's some nice shots. The triple take coming back out. Got that nice precision choke attachment. We got a pretty big Evo shield and dishing out more damage. That's a drop onto Taboo. And Claws from Na'Vi doing a great job identifying the enemy team. And 1907 FB looks like they are in a little bit of trouble. Only Finky is up. The Pathfinder. And he is now down. Na'Vi. Oh, look at that. Right when I say that, we switch to a player who has a fair amount of ammo. This is the amount of ammo you probably want on your Prowler. So looking at Alliance here, they have a player with the full red Evo shield also. So they're looking pretty good. But this circle is getting smaller and smaller, and not too much cover around this circle. So it looks like we're having some fights unfolding. Alliance feeling a lot of pressure.
Yeah, unfortunately for them, caught between 2. There's obviously one inside of that hard cover, and then there's another team over to their east that they got pinged by. So Gambit applying a ton of pressure from up top here. Ardco doing a fantastic job. As shots coming out for the wingman, Areki trying to drop somebody, just needs one more or two more. Cracks the shield yet again. A ton of damage coming out from this wingman. Just not able to find anybody to throw that third might probably one of my favorite grenades. Consistent damage, but he's going to back off. Benefit of having that gold shield is the double, or the extra, I guess, increased armor gain on the syringe and the cells, but good flicks up here. As we get a couple of these teams still involved. As we get down to one of our last circles, it's going to be 6 squads remaining here when we get into our final push. Just trying to be careful on this low end, making sure that there's nobody on their backside. Going to have to move with the circle and hope that some of these teams engage on each other first. But as soon as they rotate in, shots coming from up top. Going to see a Gibraltar shield drop down. Going to be able to use that bubble. Can he bob and weave back and forth? Gets the Pathfinder, able to get the grapple, but doesn't matter. Ends up knocking him down. So well played here on OS.
What is he doing?
And they get the last one rotating in. Shots go down, drops another one for disbelief, but he's actually removed. It's going to be up to Sandy. Can he get the last play? Can he use his teammate's shield? But it's not going to matter. Just overwhelming pressure from every angle. And Flex Gang, the one on top of this building, has the high ground.
Wow. So many teams
Massive,
there.
trying to find on the backside, drops another one.
Flex King, they've got 2 players now with full red Evo shields. They were in a great spot. And look at this. They're just picking them off. And that's it. Flex King, the kill leader. You know, you're just dropping, trying to find your weapons. Don't necessarily want to get a good or a big early fight. But look at this. FB here. Somehow, they're already, like, completely looted up. I remember last game, we were watching teams that were still on gray shields with, like, 10, 15 teams left. And now we see FB just dropping on a couple purple shields, triple take. They're feeling good, so they might look for an engagement here. Looking at a team, getting a knock. And it looks like that's Purge over there. So, FB, pretty good start so far. Let's see if they can finish off this fight.
Yeah, unfortunate for Purge. They've been on the receiving end a couple of these early entries.
Ooh.
As a good entry frag here from Drac, able to drop down one, which forces the rest of 1907 to go in, and just like that.
So we'll have to see who's going to make that decision to go for an engagement, and then what kind of third parties we see. For now, we're seeing Ad Hoc take some shots down below, catching a team off guard pretty dramatically. See the advantage of the high ground. However, a Pathfinder from Ad Hoc getting taken down looks like that's a third-party situation.
A lot of teams, as we saw, kind of just sitting in that area of ice towards the epicenter.
Iron Sights again here, this time from NXGHZ on Team Vibin. Evo Shield, almost not too far away from red. He's got to do 250 damage to get to that point. Taking some shots. I believe this is kind of where Ad Hoc and Luminosity were, so looks like it's Triumph being taken out. Another team coming from outside the circle. Got to be careful with that. It's got a portal nearby. Going to jump up to the high ground. Quite a few teams around. It's getting pretty condensed here. 17 squads left. We're seeing a lot of action in that kill feed in the top. Cooler dealing with some fights. Got FB dealing with some fights. Flavor of the month, and it is just a kill feed frenzy. Good luck keeping track of all that.
Yeah, shots coming into the kill feed. You saw it on Vibin as well. They ended up trying to rotate in, but it didn't work out. Very difficult situation with the way that circle ended up playing. He had that backwards cover on the bottom half, but ended up pushing a little bit too forward, so ended up having to push out, find someone, has finalized the last one left, does find the last person on the other team. It's a Wraith trying to use this cover, just trying to land shots. The other player's not even taking shots at all. Don't know if they don't have ammo or what's going on, or just trying to bait it out, but ends up bobbing and weaving with Alliance, then a third party comes in and removes them. So unfortunate for Alliance there.
Here for Hideki from Gambit, plenty of shots in that wingman. He's got that Skull Piercer extended mag. He's going to be in a pretty good position. Looking at North here, another player, RPR, with a wingman and that nice Skull Piercer, taking some great shots. Look at that. Thank you very much. Those are some Lawler shots right there. Headshots every single time. Very nicely done. And North in a pretty good spot. We talked about it. Kind of finding this high ground, not really constricted to a building. No one really on top of them or below them. So North in a pretty good spot, and also pretty well into the next circle.
Already told you about it. A lot of these high-level teams able to know where these rotations are going to end up going in the first place. So North has been up here this entire time, walled off, and you're going to catch a lot of these teams having to rotate in. As Flex trying to catch in, going to just be easy pickings. One on the backside as GSD ends up dropping down, ends up sandwiching the team. So
2 squads left.
Able to get 2 picks up here. Looks like it's going to be GSD versus North, who I assume still has high ground as the shots rain down from above. Nowhere for him to go.
Yeah,
It's going to swing his dead body to them.
should be it.
It's just trying to bob and weave, and it makes it way too... All right. start doing that. How would you like that?
I love it, dude.
Right. Let it go, man. Let it go.
Bring zombies back to BR. Anyway, we're seeing Vibin over here. It looks like going with the Gibraltar, Pathfinder, Wraith combo here, and already getting into a little bit of a firefight. As you mentioned, not as much real estate, so fights might be happening a little bit sooner. Also, maybe there's an element of people kind of choosing the spots where they dropped in the last game, but in this game, everyone getting shot from somewhere, trying to get those shields back up. Has that portal there. Ooh.
I do like this play. The Revenant just trying to find where Vibin is below them, so they use that Revenant pylon, end up going down, and even though they get taken, they still have high ground, so Gibraltar is going to come out, see if they can flush somebody out, but the aggressive play coming out. Jokey does go back up, gets the pylon, and drops down Hackus, so fantastic decision from him to play that aggressive route. It ends up paying off.
And also finishing off those kills, trying to accumulate those points. Here's another fight, SJP. Denze, the Wraith player, just going to retreat a little bit. Has a teammate, Gibraltar, with full Evo shields. He's going to be happy about that. Going to try to re-engage. Got that Mastiff. Not too many shots with that Mastiff. But SJP getting whittled down. Not a lot of health left. Seabach, last man alive. Mostly evasive tactics from him. Shooting towards Slum Lakes. And I believe that's where North was earlier. So 10 squads left here.
I don't know how they managed to keep rotating and staying alive, even with OS up above. And you can see it as soon as they start to push out. That's why I expected it was OS. It looks like OS has been preoccupied. So doing a good job. Still two relatively healthy here as we see Majors pushers on the backside, trying to put some pressure onto Gambit and the rest as just absolutely shredding one of these players in between two. And that's going to do it for Gambit. So they're getting removed here as well as Major pushers and another team on the other side end up pincing them.
Yeah, Flux King has one down. They've been somehow staying alive throughout all these altercations. But finally, their Pathfinder taken out. This is the kid trying to get some shots off. Not doing so well. Here's Major Pushers. They're taking a lot of damage as well. R99 trying to reload that, taking some shots down below. Finishing off one of those kills. 4 squads left here. All these teams doing pretty well. This is going to be the very end of the game. Not too much cover to work with, so you're kind of forced into a fight. A Gibraltar Dome in the middle there. Flex King still on the outside. One being dropped. The last player probably got dropped there. Flex King barely staying alive. Major Pushers, though, looking really good. Full purple. 2 squads left. It might be theirs to lose.
Yeah, really well for Major Pushers. Just able to be very decisive. Well, the nice thing about having that high ground is even though they don't have the best shields compared to some of the others, is they do have the positioning. So it's going to be a hard time for a team to push in there. They were worried about their back end, too, where a team had the ability to kind of put some poke damage down. As you've seen, poke here from Sir Dell drop some as they're getting charge rifled from across. Does end up leveling up that Evo, so might be able to heal it up, but being caught in between quite a few teams here is GSD, just trying to find out if they're going to be able to get out of this one, as the circle is going to push everybody in. Does spot one but down below, but it isn't going to matter. He's going to just try to take the redeploy out. There's a ton of teams watching them as they're trying to get out of this area. One of those being Flavor of the Month. And this is the whole reason they picked this position, is being able to tag and see if they can get some cleanup here. So there's one. It's Sir Dell, the last one available, and he is not in a good spot.
Super tough. They've been oppressed their entire journey through the Northeast there. Every other team was kind of focused on that. There's no cover over there, so very hard to rotate in from that location. So GST, they've been riddled with damage. Almost all I think all players but one down. Flavor of the Month, though, looks like they've moved obviously away from the circle, so they're running right into another team here. 2 are dropped. Taylor, the only one alive, swinging over to Luminosity here. They're kind of in the open. Got this building they're trying to secure. It looks like another team in there trying to lock it down. 1 man down. 2 around the corner trying to take him out. It's got the flatline automatic, try to take those guys out, and they are going to be successful. Luminosity, any kills they can add are going to be great for them. They've been trying to make a pretty big move today.
Well done. We went from 19 teams down to 14 in just a matter of seconds, so it's only going to get worse here. So Flavor of the Month ended up going to back out completely, as Luminosity looks like they took that high ground and that building. On the other side of it is Navi able to get down one with the Eva. And very low as shots coming out for Claws. Need to be careful as he's going to bob and weave. Try to fall back to his teammate, but not a whole lot to work with. Going to need a bubble from Gibraltar, and it comes up. So I think Alliance, obviously, right now, they're getting the best spot closest to the circle, and it's just going to sit there for as long as humanly possible. As a lot of these teams start to rotate in, getting picked off in the corner, you're going to see Na'Vi end up going super aggressive. Shots on, trying to use that bubble to their advantage, but it's actually being counterintuitive for Claws, who just hasn't been able to get the secure. And the team looks like they are actually going to rotate out. Unfortunately for Claws, he steps on the Thermite and he's going to get removed. Yeah, North is in an interesting situation. So solo player end up getting hit by a grenade on the back end. Is able to take all that loot off of those chests. So gonna probably play the back end here. Needs to be careful as there's another team that's just kind of sitting. It might be Alliance that's still hiding right now.
Well, it's Luminosity and Na'Vi. Those are pretty much the last two teams that have full squads. And then it's that player that we just saw.
So
North.
It is North, man. 3 big swingers at the end here. And unfortunately for North, it's going to get overwhelmed. But what a good decision here from Luminosity. As soon as they see that engagement, they end up coming in the other side, and they're going to clean up.
Over here, they're just being super cautious in case there's another player. Someone marked it, so maybe they did see an enemy there. And it looks like they did, going around the corner trying to take some shots. Sneakiness now turning into a full-out pursuit. Pretty nice spot on the high ground, but remember, they have to run towards the circle. 8 seconds left before that zone moves in. There's an ult coming down, and we're going to have a lot of engagements here as these guys have to evade and get into the next circle quickly.
He's going to be in trouble, man. They ended up popping their bubble first and their ultimate first on the Gibraltar, so now be able to put their bubble second and then drops the Gibraltar afterwards as well. So no shield for them, and you can see how well it benefits them. But there's another team. Now, I guess they're going to want to stay put. They don't want to get hit up from up top as they rotate in, so going to try to delay it. Unless they have a Wraith portal. Shots coming down here, finalized, and many others engaging back and forth, trying to finish off this last player. Bobbing and weaving, trying to use that movement. Shots coming out from Row, able to drop down yet another one's going to swap those shields and see if they can re-engage, but...
And also cleaning up without any casualties, so they're going to try to keep this game going and play pretty well. Here is GSD. They are chilling up at the north side of the circle, deciding to move. Again, this is that contested area. We saw a lot of teams earlier, so we'll have to see if that's empty or if they're going to run into some enemies. It looks like, yes, guess who's still up on the tower? Flavor of the month. They've been up there from last game to this game, pretty much the entire game, and here's the fight happening at the bottom. We knew there was a team down there. Nice shots here from Sir Dell. Can he finish it off? Trying to use the Mastiff to clean up those two teams.
They are a team that's kind of suffering from being in that bottom 5 and desperately need to have a big game. So you're seeing a couple more kills, you're seeing better placement, and that aggression is paying off. So Cooler just trying to do whatever they can to stay out from being demoted back into the Bravo division as the Gibraltar ult comes out here on the back-end side. Shots coming down up past the tree. Can't land him, ends up getting a knock from his teammate. Another player up top, bobbing and weaving. Someone not able to land any of these shots.
Nice push.
Winnie on the back end. And just getting lasered from all across. Going to have to back off and going to try to use that gas from the Caustic ultimate, but is going to get bopped in the meantime and drop down Purge now in a really rough spot. Just trying to rotate out of this play, but has a full team behind him. Tries to get in the tree and ends up getting lasered. Cooler just having a field day from the top side.
Yeah, no cover for these guys. They have no cover at all. And look at Cooler. They are fully purpled up. They're in a great spot on the high ground. Plenty of cover. Flavor of the month trying to make their way in this direction. They're decently looted up too. But they're getting some fire on them from above. Let's see if they can hold on there.
2 squads remaining. We got Flavor of the Month going up against Cooler. Cooler having a high ground. Shots coming out from left and right. The Mastiff just raiding hell. Those are going to be our 5 teams demoting into the Bravo division. And unfortunate for them as they're going to miss out on that sweet, sweet double point goodness.
Yeah, definitely not the...
If it's a game, I'm losing. Cause I said I'd never do this. And it's so confusing. Cause with you it feels so right. So I don't